Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Morning. I hope you are deciding to wake up and make today count, because that's our responsibility. The ability in which we respond. So good morning and welcome to Coffee and Conversation. It is Monday. It is my Sabbath, so I'm on a vibe. Ow. Didn't I tell you? Gucci. Get down, Gucci. Gucci. Get down, Gucci.
You always do that, though.
Yes. So once again, as I was saying, good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, y'all.
Get your cup of coffee or your tea, your favorite robe, whatever that may be, and get cozy so that we can have a frank conversation. Because frankly, my dear, we don't give a damn.
We need to stop giving a damn.
Good morning, Tammy.
Because, honey.
How many more days? I have actually 2 more days of my fast.
That's it? 2 more?
Yes. So we are, what is it? This is a 21 day fast. So we're on day 19. We're on day 19. And oh my goodness, I'm feeling great. I'm definitely going to take it slow going back into, like I said, I'm going to treat myself to the bad stuff and stay focused on the good stuff. Definitely going to keep sugar.
We're not going to treat myself to bad.
I'm going to treat myself to bad because sometimes I just want a cookie. But no, seriously. Okay. No, but seriously, I'm going to intentionally, this time around, this is my 3rd time around, and I made it like a reboot every year to reboot and, get that cleansing and, do all that good stuff. But it's like, after listening to my own self play back, it's like, why am I in an abusive relationship with food and making it okay? So I'm gonna definitely, I ain't getting no younger. I am 42 and I have 5 kids, and each of them want at least 4 kids. So if everybody gets their dream, that's a lot of grandkid children. And so I want to be able to be healthy and feeling good and chasing them around. And so, I think that is important that I take sugar out of my diet because I can survive without it. The agave is enough. The agave is enough. So I'm definitely going to do that one thing first, right? And so even so far going back forwards, I'm going to stay away from the beef and the steak and, the different stuff. And we're about to bring back One Bite with the Paulins, where we'll be going live once a week, and Essence will be cooking from Greensboro on our, we have everybody in, and we'll do our meal list so we're going to start for Black History Month. So what better time to show a family cooking and dining and, getting back together. That was a time we was able to sit around the table and talk about our day and stuff like that. So I just think the topic is, what is success to you, right? And so success to me is family. It is my most prized possession. If you have Melissa's book, we have a success chapter where everybody wrote something. And if I knew that we was doing a success chapter today, I would have definitely brought the book. So do you have Melissa's book? You have it,
the pink one?
Yeah. Oh, bring it. I forgot. Come on now. So she can go get Melissa's book. Oh man, Gucci is following her, because really that's what success is about. It is about making sure that you are in position, that you are healthy, that you are actually doing the self-work in order to, be who you was called to be in your roles and titles as well. So while we are on a mission for self and to figure out what we are beyond our roles and titles, it is equally as important to know perfect. Lessons we've learned, legacies of life.
Lessons we've learned.
And so when Melissa was doing her success chapter, she asked me if me and my family would each write something about what success was to, each of us. And so she created a nice poem in there, and we're going to read that a little later. But so I definitely want to be intentional. And so, pray for me. Like I said, I'll treat if I must, but I think it's all mindset.
You got this.
I know I can do it. So even when we're cooking, the kids haven't crossed over. We messed them up. That's the generational curses we don't talk about. The generational curse is the lifestyle that we got, that we, was, I guess, introduced to through the process. And then we just kept on doing what we learned, not that it was good for us, but that it was comfortable. And so many of us stay in comfort, and so, or what, and what we like. And so it's hard to shift what we like for what we need because we've been accustomed to the flavor and the taste.
Right.
And
it's hard to give up habits, like any habit.
Addiction, right? Because sugar is addiction.
You're right about that. Any addiction is hard to stop, and it's hard to give up. And, you know, so. But
sugar is definitely addiction.
You can do it. Some people quit an addiction cold turkey, while some people need time and programs and weaning. Right, you need to wean yourself off when it's an addiction. So, and anything you need and you feel like you gotta have is an addiction. So, don't matter what it is. So yeah, it's just one of them things where, what does success look like for you? That's our topic for today, and that's what we're talking about. I'm wanting to really be on a positive note today. You know, we've done seen the video. Some of us did, some of us don't. However, we talked about that Friday before we even seen it, and we refused to talk about that. So we're going to do something more of a good thing today, more upbeat, motivating conversation. And what does success look like for you? Because it's going to look like something different for each person depending on the individual.
Yeah.
Right? Precious said success is family for her, right? Success is making sure that everybody's happy, right? Being able to do what you want to do and have what you want to have and be happy, not, you know, complaining, and genuinely happy. Just living life to the fullest without no regrets, without no complaints, without no, oh, I wish I could do it over. No, you only get one chance to do it. So do it to the best of the way you could do it with love, okay?
Lead with love.
Lead with love. Keep love always in it. And when you stay away from that, come back to it, because that's the only way it's going to be good. So, you know, success is one of them things that has a different meaning for everybody. So what does success look like for you, or what does it mean to you? You know, that's the conversation this morning.
Well, you know, and I think so many different people will have so many different perspectives. I think a lot of people think that success for them is, you know, being comfortable financially. Many people call it wealthy, and I think many people even dream for wealth. And I have spoken about this a couple of times. I'm actually about to put it on an audio where people could just download and buy different of my workshops. But that wealthy one, I can't stress enough that we're missing the mark, right? Because when we speak of wealthy, we should be speaking of the word spelled WELLTHY, right? Because it is not to say that money is a problem. It's to say that when you have your priorities out of alignment, it kind of dictates how you are when you arrive, the condition that you're in. And so to be wealthy and feel like it's important to have money and not recognize that the people that you see with all of the glitz and the glam, what it costs them to be wealthy. And so when you spell wealthy, the other wealth, you
gotta work for that.
You have
make
to
smart decisions for it. It ain't easy like people.
But what I was gonna say is that wealthy, the WEAL, is thy will, right? And when you break down the front of that word, WEAL stands for scars.
WEAL?
Yeah, it's scarred, to be scarred, to be bruised. So when you actually break down the word that everybody writing over their head and, oh, I want to be wealthy, is actually saying, I want to be scarred. Thy scarred person, right? Because everybody who goes through that process, even though we only see the promise of everything and we omit the process, that is the price of admission. Everybody has a process. So you even can have people who are very, maybe rich is the word instead of wealthy is a better word. I mean, rich is better than wealthy because all through the Bible, it talks about being rich. But rich was not what you had. It was a mindset, right? And so you could have been rich but was considered poor. And you could have been poor and was considered rich, because it's like if you have a mindset, a rich mindset, then what you have can change by what you think. But what
so
you
it's
have,
not wealth.
is not wealth, it's richness. You're rich. And we use wealthy because that's what, and I don't think we understand what that means. And so it comes with something. And so we are looking at what the glams of what comes, but we never go through the process, because I do not care. Anybody you look up to right now, anybody who inspires you, if you go back and look into their life and what brought them to that point, you will see their scars. You would understand why, it cost them, and the value that they added on their course is why they stand up so confident. It's because I know my value, because I understand what it cost me. You may not understand what it cost me, so you don't understand the value of what I place on myself. And so the more I thought about it, the more I realized that, we got to watch what we ask for. And so when we ask to be wealthy, WELLTHY, a preciousism, one of my words, it means that I'm asking for thine self to be a well. Because he said, if you thirst, you'll be able to come. So everything you've been through is what makes you well. So you got wellness, wealthy.
Breaking down the words.
It's breaking down the words and using the right compound words.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with saying the word, but just say it and breaking it down more of how you're saying it.
No, it's understanding.
Meaning when you say that.
Because I'll say, I want what Kia got, because I see her promise, and I didn't go to God with clarity and say, well, I didn't ask Kia, well, what did it take you to do that? Oh, what did you sacrifice? I mean, you a beast as an entrepreneur, but what is that? Oh, the kids was, I have A, B, C, and the third. Well, what did you sacrifice? The husband,
girl, I always do that. Well, you won't I mean, not that you won't, but this is what it cost me. This is the trials I went through to get to where I'm at or whatever. So
it's a real perspective.
The person's scars, they endured the scars and tribulations they endured to get to where they at or have what they have.
And the key is knowing that
different.
Yep.
Everybody's is gonna be different. So
and it's a key to realizing that it doesn't matter. That's not the part that matters the most. The part that matters the most is that you accept that it's a process, because once life starts changing because of our ask to God, because we didn't understand what was attached to the promise. We didn't understand the process into the promise. We wanted what it looked like. We wanted the promise. And then when we started to go through the process, we went to God like, what are you doing? Why me? I can't handle it. He's like, oh no, you specifically asked for a life like Nakia's. You specifically asked for a life like prayer. You were specific and very specific in your prayer.
So now
and so now that you realizing what it cost them, you like, wait a minute, Lord. I don't know that I want the promises of Nakia or the promises of you or the promises of me, because I don't know that I'm equipped to be able to handle the price of admission. And so it's just being clear that what you see is not always what you need unless you know what it cost them. Not what you think it would what it took for them to get there, what for sure. And the one thing that's for sure is that it's a process. And so just like grapes has to go through the stomping process to become wine, and the butterfly has to crawl from belly to ground before it can actually become this beautiful thing that everybody sees. Is like, are you willing to crawl on your belly, get stepped on, overlooked, all of those things before you become the beautiful butterfly? Are you willing to go through the things?
Yeah.
So we want what we want, but we don't understand success is the endurance of it. Success is basically being at that level where you understand what it is that I'm processing, who I am processing into. And because I understand the mission in his minds, then I'm willing to go through the dark stages, the development, right? Because photos take development in the dark room. Yeah. I'm willing to go through the dark room in order to become a complete picture, so that when I am exposed, I am ready. I'm ready for everything that comes. That part.
Opportunity.
That part. Preparation is opportunity. And it leads through
the process. So now you're prepared.
That part.
for the opportunity.
That's what we talk about. We're talking about success here. Tammy says success is looking back daily and knowing that you are not in the same place. Maturing daily, whether financially or personal growth. That is it.
Absolutely.
It's being intentional about who you were yesterday.
Knowing that I'm far from where I was. I ain't where I want to be, but I ain't where I was yesterday. And I'm looking forward to where I will be. So definitely, as long as it doesn't look like yesterday, you do have success.
That part.
You're successfully moving in the direction to where you're going. And you're maturing daily. Absolutely. So as long as you're maturing daily and you're not making the same mistakes as yesterday, and if you're making the mistakes and you're learning something from it in order to keep maturing, to keep progressing to where you're going. Right, whether financially or personal growth. Correct. That's a good one, Tammy. I like that. Absolutely.
And it goes back to your responsibility. It's to define it for yourself. If you define it when other people are defining it, then it puts you in a place where you feel inadequate to become the thing that you want to be. And so you are inadequate in comparison to somebody else and what they have and who they are.
Never do that anyway. Never compare yourself to anybody. Like, you human, so we look at what other people is doing and God and all of that, because that's just, but never compare yourself. Compare yourself to you. Compare yourself to who you was, like you said, yesterday. Compare you to you yesterday and see if you're doing better today. If we just focus on that, then you will be happy for somebody instead of zealous of somebody. You got to be happy for somebody versus jealous or zealous of somebody, because you're comparing yourself to your yesterday self.
That's right. Nicole, good morning. Good morning. I was reading what you said. That's the daily motto, better than I was yesterday, because it's the pledge, right? I pledge. That's our motto for I Choose Me, y'all. Nicole's on it. I pledge to embrace who I am today, love who I was yesterday, and inspire who I will become tomorrow. That's the process. I got to come out of yesterday, right? That's insanity. Being stuck in what I survived mentally. And that's a pledge. So that's insanity, right?
I pledge. Say it again, Precious.
I pledge to embrace who I am today, love who I was yesterday, and inspire who I will become tomorrow.
Come on
and
now.
So embracing, right? So it's that process. I gave you 3 steps. For yesterday, you have to embrace it, right? Because you can't get it back. There is no way to go back and change it. For today, you have to love yourself today, because that's the only way that you're going to be inspired to be who you're becoming. Who you are today inspires who you're becoming for tomorrow. Yep. So if I don't love who I am today, after I embrace who I was to become who I am today, I can never inspire the vision of who I want to be for what's to come. And so if I do it in that order, I allow myself to be present, because being present is being a gift. And success is knowing that you are a gift in every room, every single time. Because I like to believe when God says you either dropping something off or picking something up, it's because you should never leave the same way you came, because that's why I'm giving or I'm taking. But who I am will not be the same when I leave, because God set it up like that. I will not be the same. So, what that looks like.
Renew your mind daily. Renewing your mind daily means leave yesterday right where it was yesterday. Because if you're still stuck on yesterday, how can you renew your mind daily? We're on today. I need a fresh brain, a fresh thought. We cannot be stuck on yesterday, because we're renewing our mind daily. So that is it.
Right? So when you wake up in the morning, you say, good morning. Thank you, God, for waking me up. It's a new day. And especially if everybody woke up, right? Because these are the things that we take for granted. The fact that we can breathe without telling ourselves to breathe. The fact that we can see, if we are blessed with the gift of sight, right? But to be even more blessed is to be blessed with the gift of vision, because vision is what makes sight so beautiful. I appreciate everything that's around because of what visions. It started with a vision. And if I can realize that everybody say, what came first, the chicken or the egg? I would have to say vision came first. Because somebody had a plan for the chicken or the egg to get here. And whatever that is bigger than me. But it was a vision. So the chicken or the egg didn't come first. Vision came first. Because without the insight, the sight on the inside, to be able to create the thing that allows us to be at whatever magnitude, then it is not what it is the intention behind it. And the intention behind everything is vision, right? The intention behind everything is vision. And so I think that's the most important part, to recognize that vision is where it starts.
Do y'all have pets in y'all house? I can't stop. Come get your dog. Gucci is attacking us. Gucci, you can't be on the screen now. We're not doing that this morning. Gucci, you got something to say? What's success?
Arthur Lynette, good morning. Good morning. We're going to act like everything normal underneath the table. We're being mauled, you know.
I'm not mauled. Good morning, ladies.
Yes.
We gotta break it down. Break it down
so I'm talking forever be broken.
What's she saying?
I'm about to get to
you
it.
know she crazy.
I pledge not to be super petty as much. That part.
All right.
That's success. Gotta be intentional. Take inventory of your pettiness.
We gotta work at something. That's what you pledge, okay? We're not gonna be super petty as much. All right, we're working on something.
Yes, we have to diet out the things that no longer serve you. So a diet just means removing certain things from your lifestyle, right? Mm-hmm. And so sometimes these things need to be removed. So it's not always what's on us, it's really what's in us. Because if we can take out what's in us, then what's on us is easy, right? If I change what's in me, how I think, then me going through the 21 days in a fast is easy because it's mind over matter.
Yeah.
If it don't matter, I don't mind. So if we keep that in perspective, it allows us to what? To continue to grow into our best self because we're taking accountability. And accountability is an account. I have an account on me. That means the wages, they go up, they go down. And so I need to be intentional on my bookkeeping for my inside. For that part, right? And so I have to decide success looks like this. This what I need to remove. So I need to bring down this. I need to bring down this. I need to bring down that. And so that's a good perspective. Don't do that.
Be careful. Know what serves you and what doesn't serve you.
Don't come for me personally.
Things that don't serve you, honey, let it go. Mm-hmm. If it's not doing good, then let it go.
So you can grow. Let it go so you can grow. And then let it go so that you can move. Because I'm going to tell you, just do this little work, this little idea. I'm like, what is he doing? Let's do this little idea. If you hold on to anything, try to leave. Hold on to the doorknob. Hold on to the day table. Hold on to the chair as you're sitting on it. Don't try to stand up and drag the chair. Don't even try me. You get the concept. Mm-hmm. But I want you to hold on to it. And then I need you to move something that's stuck, right? Because if you're stuck, that means you can't move. And so if I'm stuck and I can't move, now God is saying, okay, now you're holding on to that thing. And he said, okay, but you're trying to get over there. Okay, well, let it go. Love every trial. Love every trial. That's the acronym for let. Okay, go, get over. Love every trial and get over. So let it go so that you can get there. Because the reason why you're not there and you're still here because you want that, but you can't let go of this. And God said you can't have it all. Your hands are but so big. So if you want to grab that, you got to trust me to let go of this thing. This thing was processing you so that you can see that. Because you was here, you can see that clearer. So until you let go, love every trial and get over it, you will be stuck.
Over it. Yeah. Oh my God, I love that. Love every trial and get over.
Mm-hmm. Get over it.
Get over it.
Let's go. Get over.
Love every trial, right? Embrace it. Okay, move on. You gotta move on. Let it go. Girl, the pressures is the
pressures is
but because you know what you
he do want to be seen, Nicole.
You make sense of it. When you make sense of it, it's like, you know what? That's you talking to yourself. Like, girl, let me tell you something. Love every trial and let go. Get over it. Period.
Gucci has conversations.
He got something to say, girl. He really.
And he was over here drinking his water, so that would be
like,
his
let me get my throat
Let me get my throat ready. Wait a minute. I got some. We gonna have a little bench right here for Gucci in the middle. He gonna be sitting there looking at y'all like this. Yeah. You know when you talking, this how he gonna have
he gonna be like,
he gonna have the rubberneck the way me and Kia be ping pong, and he be like,
I'm already like this, so I'm gonna have a crew. Cause you know
you gotta look at me right there. Look at me from now on. I'm so done. I'm so done.
Let her have a ball.
Come on now, Nicole. I love when y'all put it in words. It makes me feel like I done said something. Bookkeeping on my inner parts. That part. We gotta bookkeep that part.
Come on.
Because we are the value. And if we are of value, then I have to go through all the different parts of me to understand what it costs me to put a value on.
Come on, y'all.
See, we know the cost and God gives us the value. So we let go, we can let God.
Let go and let God, honey.
So you see, when you get over, the D is at the end. Whoop, pause, but look.
I knew you
G-O-D.
I was real slick. I'm acting like I'm looking for Gucci. I'm like,
that just fell off. I didn't know that was going to happen. I didn't know that God was going to set it up like that. But that's true.
Like, here I go.
When you get over, the D is waiting for you. Now, let it be whatever it's going to be. But that D is destiny. You know, when you get over, then you turn it into God. And, you get over and the D stands for destiny. You can make the D whatever you want. But I was talking about destiny, y'all. You get over and you get to the D. You get to destiny. And all together, get over and destiny spells God. So that's what it is. Here we go. Look, Gucci. Gooch.
Look, Gooch. Look at the camera. Don't lick.
Say hello.
Say hey.
Like woo-hoo. Sit, boo-boo, sit. Good job.
Okay, you was talking about. Say what you saying.
Say what you saying. Say it with your chest, Gooch.
Say it with your chest.
Oh, now he camera shy.
Right. He just wanted to see what was going on. So
we ain't doing nothing. Ain't nobody up at the table. He think we talking to somebody sitting in the middle of the table that he can't see.
And now you ain't saying nothing.
It's all the amazing people right here, Gucci. Can you see them?
He done drunk his water like he got something to say. What you saying?
What you saying? Tell him how you feel. But yes, I think
what success means to you.
What does success mean to you? For Gucci, it means a warm home. Food in his tray.
And somebody to rub his chest.
Somebody to rub his chest.
Now he chilling, correct.
Somebody to bathe him. And somebody to let him outside so he could go to the bathroom. Come on now. He ain't asking for much, but that's success. That's success. So your success and my success may be different, right? So we got to know that there's difference between success and desires, right? So success can be one thing and desires can be something totally different. So it's realizing that the things that you want to make things look better or make you feel better and more content has nothing to do with your success. Mm-hmm. So until you can see yourself as successful, that those other things will never come to you, right? You have to be there. You got to see it to be it. And so you have to really bring it in. You got to manifest it as a vibration, right? Like I said, God is the vibe and faith is his vibration, right? And so we operate in faith because we are part of him. Mm-hmm. And so faith is freedom after insight to hire yourself. And so since he's the vibe, this is what we do. We do it all for him. Mm-hmm. Now, the vibration in which we manifest is understanding that greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. So I trust that he's ordering my steps because it's freedom after insight to hire yourself. That means you have to get into action for your attraction. And so with God ordering the steps of us and we're being intentional, then we move through and we feel successful because we get to see our results. I get to see 5 healthy children, so it makes me feel like a successful mom. I get to see a happy husband, so it makes me feel like a successful wife. If I got friends that are, excited when I show up and not like, oh, she's calling again, then that's success in those relationships, right? If I have a good relationship with my let's say my parents, or just elders around me, then that's success. And so when we start to add up the things that really matter, the soul print, then we understand that success is not what you have, is what you leave in people, not to people. Come on now. Success is not what you leave to people, what they're going to spend, is what you leave in people, which they're going to allow to change how they show up. That's successful.
Last a lifetime. Something that lasts a lifetime, not temporary. We don't want stuff that's temporary. We want stuff that's going to last a lifetime. And keep
Kid, don't be playing, honey. Get them hands clean.
I'm trying
to start again and again and again. That part. And you know what I said start is, Tammy? Start is the art of beginning. If you look at the word start, it has ST, and in the middle is art. So start is, so it's ST art. So to start is the art of beginning. It's so hard to begin. Once you begin, you can create momentum. But it is the beginning that's the hardest part for everybody.
Again and
picking that day to go. And it doesn't even matter, because if you renew your mind daily, then every day is a new beginning.
Every day is a new start.
So you don't feel, you're not concentrated, you're not concerned about yesterday.
And again the next day. And you're how we going to make these sales? We going to come back and start again today.
But guess what I'm going to start again with? People always say, oh, if I could go back in time, I would change it. You are back in time, because yesterday already happened. So what would you do different today to catapult you today? Because you don't need to go back in time. It's already back in time.
It's never too late to start over. So never you gotta go back. Do what you gonna do now in the future and make it. This is the future tomorrow. You are in your yesterday tomorrow.
And talk about Gucci is successful. He successfully got in Kia's lap, and now he's calm. That part.
He did. Oh no. See, I can't even look at him, y'all. No, get down. Down now. That's enough. Down.
Not down. Let's go to the bathroom. Good morning, Melissa. So glad to see you this morning. Something solid, that part. Good morning, Mom. Good morning. Glad you could join us. This is Coffee and Conversations. This is your first time on our new series. It is Wake Up and Make Today Count. So what makes you feel successful? So we're talking about success and what that looks like. What does success look like for you? That part
right there.
So I think that it's real important that we take inventory, like we were saying, inventory on the inside, so that we could really decide what is success. And success is the vision that you have for yourself, and whatever that is. And since we could change up our vision every day, is like learning, right? Again, I said provision is, we always ask God to give us provision, and provision for me just means, if it's the pro, and pro is short for professional, and vision. So that means I have to become a professional in the vision that God gives me. Right. So when I'm asking for God to give me provision, that is what it meant. He says that you have dominion and power. Greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. Greater works you would do. That means that's the dominion. So provision means the minute that you become a professional in the vision that God gave you, now you show up with confidence and correct. So that's the thing that sets you apart.
In your vision.
It ain't nobody's better than you.
Vision. That's why everybody's vision is different.
Yeah.
So you got to become the professional for your
in the vision that is yours.
Correct.
And sometimes you can take insight from each other, because it's like, okay, I want to be professional here. This area I need help in. She got that area done. How can you serve me? How can we help each other? Or what is your prices? Because I got finances, and I like to pay for my stuff to get done. Or I don't have finances. I have to barter my way to get stuff done. But there's no excuse why stuff don't get done. Because success is always finding a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. And the question is, what is the will in your way?
And that's village. But that's village. That's like shopping in the village.
Yeah.
Everybody, I have some tomatoes. You got some potatoes. You got some cabbage. What's in your garden? Everybody got something different in their garden. And if you don't learn,
what's in your cup?
What's in your cup? Because I want what you trying to make. What is your vision? So if you don't got all the ingredients for your vision, then you gonna have to come through the village and see what ingredients.
Melissa, you know we know we have lessons and we've learned legacies of life. We're about to read the success chapter. I thought about that when we started. I'm like, oh my goodness, I forgot my book. But of course, we support. So what? Nakia had her own book. So I left mine on the shelf. I got the pink book. Oh, I got lessons and legacy. I mean, lessons we've learned, legacies of life. I always want to put legacies of life first.
Legacies of
and
life.
Melissa did this with her mom. Her mom is so amazing. So like to imagine they did a collaboration. And I didn't know how poetic Melissa was. So it's like you are drawn to people. So I think maybe she was drawn to me and we got to know because the poetry brought like, oh, wait a minute.
But sometimes you lock it in sometimes until somebody like, ooh. And then it's like when somebody recognizes it and you is like, oh, for real?
Oh, for real? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then it's like, girl, you got all that inside you?
That part. You know how much stuff that is trapped inside that is our success story. How you got up is your success story. A lot of times people don't want to tell what they came through, but God said, until you tell the story, I will never get the glory.
Because somebody is waiting on you to share your trials and tribulations to let them know that you can make it through.
Because I did. And listen.
And look at me.
God don't have no respect of persons.
Light on the end of the tunnel. Light at the end
of the tunnel. And like we said, God has no, perspective persons. He respects the person who respects the person he created. That's you. So everything is choice. Everything is how I see it. Everything is how my mind consumes it. Everything starts and ends with me. And so success is understanding that I'm the key ingredient to life. And that when I show up, that things shift and change because there is something attached to me. There's something attached to you. There's something attached to Keegan, Melissa, Nicole, Faith, Tammy, you name it. It's all attached. Arthur Lynette, like it's attached. It's attached. We all attached to the story.
One thing I realize is your success will come to light when you show up. Mm-hmm. You control your success. Mm-hmm. You are the only one who can make your success happen. You are in control of your own success. It's nobody's job or it's nobody's responsibility for your success. So you cannot be blaming nobody else as to the reason why you're not successful based off what you feel success is. Mm-hmm. It's up to you. And once you take that accountability and responsibility, then it shall be. Because you're going to be the professional in your vision. Mm-hmm. And you're going to be relentless. And you're going to find the people in the places, spaces, whatever you need to do to make sure it happens. Mm-hmm. Because you're relentless and you're a profession in your vision. Yeah. So your vision is whatever your success is, right? And you're going to make it happen so you don't get to blame nobody else for why it didn't happen. Because it's your job to be accountable to you and make sure it happens.
And I love that Tammy said, even when you feel yesterday, success is getting up, right? It's saying that now I know more. I know more today than I did yesterday. That's a fact, Jack.
Come on.
You went through a whole day. There's no way you don't know more. Whether you know more about how you're triggered, whether you know more about how people trigger you, whether you know more about how you're going to use your time wisely, whether you know more about your deadline, whatever it is, you know more about yourself today than you did yesterday. And so success is keeping that inventory on that inside, right?
What are you going to do differently today?
Right.
What happened yesterday that you learned to now do something different, or what worked that you're going to continue to keep pressing to do? Or, I mean, that's what you take from yesterday.
And then you have to rewrite field, right? Because to say we failed would be to say we no longer here, right? As long as we have breath, we have not failed. We have not filled God. That means there's still time. Mm-hmm. So to feel God is to sit down when there's time, because you are wasting the breath that you've been given. So to be a failure is to not understand that you are enough. To be a failure is not to understand that you've been equipped. To be a failure is to feel inadequate when you are already born enough. And so being able to recognize that the responsibility that God gave us was to love our neighbors as ourselves. And so I have to feel me, see me, to be successful in that. I'm not a failure because I just didn't understand it, right? And so it's like God, I feel God has that rule, no child left behind.
Oh my goodness.
There's no child left behind, right? Because the minute you commit to thee, i.e. me, you shall see. So that's all it takes is do your work, do that work.
You shall see.
You shall see that you can be whoever you want to be. Come on now. Let's not do Dr. Seuss today because we can.
All right.
Melissa says, I love that. Start equals the art of beginning. And I love the way you wrote it out. Come on now. Go means get over. That means love every child. Go ahead, Melissa. That look good up in there. Break it down so they can understand. But I love
art of beginning.
That's it. And it's so hard to begin. How many people want to say it's hard to begin? Let's keep it 100. Let's go back to that. Let's look at that for one more second. How many people can say the hardest thing to do was to begin again? Oh, I got to begin again. Let me tell you something. This whole Facebook page, that was the art of beginning.
It is hard to start.
It is the art of beginning because I built up my Facebook page for over 10, 12 years. Now, I was only going live from 2016 until 2022. So that's 5 years. I built the I Choose Me page that had over 2K followers organically. I did no promotions. I didn't never do all the marketing. It was literally just showing up every week, and it built that. So guess how hard it was when I got locked out, and it was during the pandemic. And to this day, I cannot find a way to get back into that old page. And so what I found is that was the hardest part for me to just start all over. To be like, oh, all of that work, all just start. But you know what I had to tell myself? You are still the same. So maybe God needed to do a cleansing. Maybe that was a spring cleaning. You have to find ways to make it feel good.
And this is the thing. If people are looking for you, they shall find you because you're on social media. Right. So you know how people be like, girl, really? Because I'm on social media. If you can find me one place, you can find me.
Oh, no, but you know they're not looking for me because they already was following me. They like, when they following me, when they find me on a new page, they're like, girl, we don't know what happened to you during the pandemic. You know?
Is that really you?
No, they just think I fell off the face of the earth. It ain't no, is that really me? They know it's really me. I was consistent for 5 years straight. It is no question. It is, where is she? She is no longer coming up in my newsfeed, you know.
Yeah. Okay,
it's not as. Okay, I mean, the ones that gonna find me, you know. But at the end of the day, it's just like I seen her, and then the pandemic came, and she just disappeared. There's no new. You see what I'm saying? It's social media, so it hit different. Yeah. Because the only reason why I was in people's timeline because I was doing something every day, so it's easily.
And you know what else I found out too, though? You could be following somebody or friends, and you still don't see their stuff.
No,
because I miss a lot of stuff.
It'd be like 3 days later, and I'd be like, "Girl, I ain't no girl."
You gotta have a notification or something to say, notify me when this person goes live or something like that. I'll be like, oh.
So but then you saying when you don't get no notification, just like, oh, she quiet. You see what I'm saying?
What happened? Because I know they.
But I was just saying that to say that, you know, that for me, I felt like I was successful. I didn't know what to do. I started off, I was scared. I was like, I'm going to just speak to the people. I'm just going to teach them to love themselves and all that other stuff. And so that process, when I had to start over. It's like after the pandemic with and you know, so much stuff going on, it is. So I understand. I speak from experience. It is so hard right now. I need to build my TikTok, right? Because that's another platform. And I'm just like, but because of what we do as an entrepreneur, honey, this is marketing, right? And it's no need to pay for that phone if it ain't gonna pay for itself. So you have to stay consistent. And so TikTok for me would now be, again, a new start. The art of beginning. Where do I begin? How do I begin? And then and then me personally, I'm stuck watching people who have gone. And man, I'm like, okay, how do I get here? What do I need to do? Right.
See, don't
and
compare
so,
yourself,
right. No, it's not to
It's
compare
being
it. It's saying is what do we need to do? So it's one thing to be compared or to be inspired. You see what I'm saying? So comparison is meaning I need to do it with them. Like I ain't doing enough. That ain't that's not what we doing. It's inspiring me. It's inspiring me to start the art of beginning. Like, let me start wow, everybody's doing it. Yeah. So
without all the answers, just do it.
Yeah. So that part. You wanna allow people to inspire you, not to make you feel inadequate or incomplete. You are already complete,
you
right?
You are enough.
You
right.
are.
Always remember that. Just start. Just get started.
Yes. And so it's just hard.
Go through the process of it.
So I'm going to keep it real, y'all. We don't just wake up like this. Chef Ron, I say, how many of us, I have a thing that say I'm a procrastinator, and I said words are power. So on my thing, on my board, I crossed out I left the pro and crossed out procrastinate, and underneath it I put my promise. So now it reads I am the promise, right? Instead of I am a procrastinator, right? So I had to change my words. I had to realize that words have power.
Right.
I keep on telling myself, you a procrastinator. Guess what she gonna be? She gonna be a procrastinator because the body works with the mind.
Never negative. Anything negative, turn it into a positive, because that's what you're gonna feed yourself. Anything in a negative, turn it into a positive.
And feed your soul.
Absolutely.
Mom Faith Fletcher says, this is success, finding and living in your purpose, unveiling your gifts, and sharing them in the village. That is success. That is success.
You always,
girl, I know somebody, I know we said something, Nicole.
Girl.
Beginning again and again, that part. You become an artiste when you begin again and again. If it's the art of beginning and you keep on creating, you are an artist. You are a creator. Oh, God said that we are creators. Right. And so art is created. And so that's what it looked like. But God said you have the power to change what it looks like.
You're going
by just changing your mind.
A different picture over and over. You started from a blank canvas. You are an artist. You are a creator. Your mind renews daily. You gonna paint a new picture every time you start on a blank canvas. So you're gonna begin again and again and again, because you gotta think of something else to create. So yes, it all comes full circle.
Always starting over. We die daily and rise resurrected anew. That's part. That's that part. Now. But sometimes we are stewing. It is not the dying. Oh, we die very well. It is the rising that we have a problem with. It's the getting back up, right? And so we are eager to die.
And you have to resurrect.
It's the resurrection.
It's the thing.
Yeah.
You have to resurrect anew, not from yesterday, but anew. Right. Rise resurrected anew. Yes.
So to get up is to get up. It's to get over, right?
It's like your soul bath. Keep that there and come out the water anew. Rise and resurrect anew to start over a new week, right? A new day. Like we leaving that there. Come on now.
So we get to rise. Grace expects testimonies. This when you get to tell your story, because you get to be here. And the people who are not here don't get to tell their story. And so when you think of it like I got to go through all of that because I am the answer, now I have to explain the promise that could be attached to your life because God chose me and he don't think I'm special. He think we all are special when we identify with the thing that makes us a God piece, one of a kind. The perfect part of us is the part that has endured all things, right? Come on now, been through all things. And that's that love. That's that love that is patient. It is only because I love, I got to transform. Love transform you. Love grows everything. And so sometimes it transforms you for the good, and sometimes it transforms you for the bad, right? Because when love hits and then it is taken away, it feels like rejection. It feels like loss, instead of realizing that it's better to have loved and lost than to never have loved at all. And that's harder for us to embrace, but it is what gives us the power to transform. Because without love, we couldn't transform. Because when we don't care, we don't care. We don't dare to be different. But when you matter, then I'm going to take accountability. And look at the inside work, right? And I'm going to be more intentional about what I put in you and not what I put on you. So it's not important that you gave the kids the Jordans. It's more important that you gave them how special are you, where you're one of a kind, because that's what you put in them. Mm-hmm. So we got to stop dressing up the part of us that doesn't even matter, that gets old. Dress up the inside, because you can die young when you dress up the inside. I swear you can.
That part right there.
Time to hit that restart button, that part. We got 10 minutes and counting. Learning to give yourself grace. My God, that is it.
Got to give yourself
grace for the space. You hear me?
Got to give
grace
yourself
for the space. Did you see the invite I tagged you to on Let's Go? What invite?
I think she's talking about Facebook. I seen something, but I gotta go into it. Yeah, I seen it. So yeah.
Okay.
She tagged us on a post.
On a post? I gotta see. I gotta go back. I'm gonna look at it. When we come out of here. Yeah, I got. You know me. Think Tank. Okay. Oh, that sounds fun. I like that idea. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna see what it's about.
Okay.
Okay, so we have 50 minutes, and I definitely wanted to. We're gonna actually read Success. Okay. You know, mine's is bookmark. No, it's the last chapter.
Is it right there?
What's that?
I just said something. No.
Oh no.
Of course Success.
Yeah, this in Success. Oh, here we go. It's got to be on this page. Yep. Okay. And so, as I said, Melissa, if you're still there, put the link in case anybody wants to order Lessons We've Learned, Legacies of Life. Melissa have a success chapter in here. And like I said, since we're doing success, I thought that this would be an awesome read. It's called A Family Tree. What's so powerful about the family tree is that I didn't get to hear what everybody had to say until it was all done. And Melissa sent me an audio because I had everybody go in the room one by one and go on to, on my recorder and say what success meant to them. And after everybody clips came through, I just sent a raw draft over. And then she put it all together on an audio and sent it to me. And I was just weeping. And then in that moment, I stopped worrying about the life I was dreaming, how I wanted to make them proud, how I wanted to one day retire my husband, who had always kept us up front for over 20 years. I was able to be a stay-at-home mom because of my insecurities, because of my past. And I was able to do a lot of things that make us successful, makes us who we are today. And, that really moved me in a way. And so to hear it from the words of my children and my husband and myself all put together, it was really emotional. And so I'm going to start, and I guess, Kia, we'll just take turns. I'll go right into, I guess I'll get to Rondell, and you can read mine, and then I'll read back, and we go back and forth like that. Okay, so it's chapter 5, Lessons in Success. It says, success. At the end of the day, be proud of your achievements, whether you made lots of money or you just wrote a book, simply got out of bed or learned to cook. Be proud of all the effort it took. Be empowered and inspired by things big and small, and know that they matter because you did them all. Illustrated. We had an illustration here. But of course, Melissa wrote that, so that's her beginning. And what's so cute is that she created a chorus. I call it a chorus, but what is it called? I think it's a chorus. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's called A Family Tree, page 93, by Melissa Price and the Paulin family. Roots form from the seeds we sow. The trunk is where foundations grow. Our branches reach for all to see the fruit they bear so beautifully. Rondell Sr., 41, father. Being successful is being able to be yourself wherever you go and have influence whether people like you or not. They still respect you and take your advice, whether it be your children, family, or friends. The key is to never quit. Never stop believing in yourself, and you got it. Into this family tree of ours, we welcome others near and far to love each other at their best. Growing a family is true success.
What is that? This is Precious, age 39,
39
mother. Success to me is unconditional self-love, for it allows you to overflow into every role and title God has assigned to you on your way to your assignment. Success is the impact you leave when you turn your heartbeat into a soul beat in order to leave your soul print. Remember, you can never turn on anyone's light, but you can provide enough light for them to find their switch. So stay lit in this world and be the success story God called you to be. Roots form from the seeds we sow. The trunk is where foundations grow. Our branches reach for all to see. The fruit they bear so beautifully.
Rayvon, 10, son. Success is never giving up. In the beginning of the school year, I kept getting an 89% for a grade in one subject, but all A's in the rest. I had the one grade that was a B, but I wasn't about to give up on getting all A's. Finally, in the third quarter, good God Almighty, in the third quarter, I got all A's. It's important to never give up. Into this family tree of ours, we welcome others near and far. To love each other at their best, growing a family is true success.
Come on now. Serenity, age 12, daughter. Success comes through laughter. It is keeping a positive vibe even when negative things are around me. It's bringing a smile to people's faces even when they are down and making myself smile. It's making people laugh no matter what's going on, whether it's a good or bad situation. That is success. Roots form from the seeds we sow. The trunk is where foundations grow. Our branches reach for all to see. The fruit they bear so beautifully.
Neve, 14, daughter. Success is maintaining AB honor roll while being a student athlete. I play basketball and practice for 6 days of the week while going to 8 classes and doing all my homework, which is a great success for me. It proves that I am successful because I work really hard and I can keep doing so no matter what time I get home. Into this family tree of ours, we welcome others near and far. To love each other at their best, growing a family is true success. We got a lot of kids, y'all. 2 more to go.
This is Essence, age 18, a daughter. Success is being happy. Being able to wake up every day excited about what the day has in store for me. Success is having an amazing career that I never get tired of. Above all, success is having a loving family to come home to every day. Roots form from the seeds we sow. The trunk is where foundations grow. Our branches reach for all to see. The fruit they bear so beautifully.
And I get Rondell Jr. This one is so profound, and I did not pay him to write this. Let me tell you, Rondell Jr. 10, son. My mother is successful. She writes books. She has the faith to write books that help others to have faith in themselves. This spreads faith around the whole community, ecosystem, and world. It disintegrates all the negative thoughts that happen around us. It's a 10-year-old, y'all. He wrote it by himself. I am successful because I set goals on how to grind in school and try to get better and better as I keep going and going. I have faith in me, and that helps me be successful in my journey in school now and in what I'm given in the future. Success comes when others have faith. I say, always believe in yourself no matter what. Try to keep topping your greatest record. You can do what you set your mind to and accomplish unexpected things. Remember how special and unique you are and celebrate your differences. That's what makes you stand out in the world. Follow your own abilities. Having faith in yourself can bring you one step closer in your journey to becoming the person you really are, who you want to be when you set your mind to it. Roots form from the seeds we sow. The trunk is where foundations grow. Our branches reach for all to see. The fruit they bear so beautifully. enter this family tree of ours, we welcome others near and far to love each other at their best. Growing family is true success. Mm-hmm. Now, if that ain't how to end a show, baby.
Come on.
Tell me that didn't just give you all. And I said, listen, Mr. President, I mean, he's giving
growing a
politician, but he gets, big man gets political, he gets spiritual. I'm like, you're the Martin Luther King of our time, let me tell you. Because the way your stuff come together, it's like, yo.
He's quiet.
You guys are very gifted, very gifted. We are so proud to be the parents of these kids. Yes. Big man follows in his prophetic verb. I'm trying to tell you, right?
Yes.
He got it. He got it, boy. I was like, what? Disintegrates? What? Exactly. That's what I'm adding to that little part.
In the world. Come on now.
Yes, that one got me a little emotional. I'm trying to tell you, because he definitely reminds us of. I'm not even gonna put that on the screen. I guess somebody woke up. He right in time to give himself credit. You gotta be careful what you name your kids. He is definitely a junior. Okay. So yes, I just
a little sister soldier.
He a little sister soldier.
I am Malcolm X. I am.
I just want to say that listen,
great
you
topic.
Guys, the way you keep us going and keep us thinking of something else to say, like this is so good. Coffee and conversation is where it's at. Now, if you ain't got your coffee and your robe and having a conversation, whether you're traveling to work, I'm sorry. Just,
I mean,
imagine you being in your robe. But yes, just make sure that you just.
Whatever success looks like for you, just make sure, like Precious saying, family is one of those things that is a good success, because that's the people you brought into the world, and how they feel about you is important. You gotta check yourself. If it's not a good thing, we gotta do some work.
Check yourself before you
wreck yourself.
Come on now. These songs gave us. We were singing them, but we listening to the words. Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Good topic. What does success look like for you?
So I want you to go through that day today and ask yourself, what is success?
Yeah, what is success? So we have came up on our hour.
Yes, we have come up.
We're gonna do a last.
Since you know what? Yes, we're gonna grab one thing for the day
for mothers.
And since we, success is family, and whether it is one that came out of your womb or one you just nurtured to mother, is to just mother, right? It's to keep nature going, Mother Nature. I went to too many pages. So
today is Monday. So guys, make sure y'all do. If y'all on Instagram, do tune in. I will be live on Instagram tonight at 7.
We was late. I'm looking at this thing. He talking about y'all was late. Y'all still got, look.
I know.
We still gave you the whole hour. It says 1:02 over here. So we didn't rob y'all. We didn't rob y'all of your hour. Okay.
Yes. So I will be live on Instagram tonight at 7. With the imagery, babe. That is my hairstylist. I am going to be highlighted today talking about credit and credit cards and things of that nature. Mm-hmm. So if you're up, definitely tune in.
Oh, they're going to be up. What you said, 7? Who ain't going to be up at 7? Be up at 7. Put your alarm on.
So,
don't be cutting out us on us early. We're not. Open that book and see. Okay, change.
Come on.
Not the Change. Look, I tell you this secret. We will not all sleep in death, but we will all be changed. 1 Corinthians 15:51. He will take our weak mortal bodies and change them into glorious bodies like his own, using the same power in which he will bring everything under his control. Philippians 3:21. Philippians. Philippians. Jesus Christ is the same yesterday and today and forever. That's Hebrews. Come on now, I like that. He's the same yesterday, today, and forever, because Hebrews. When something is brewing. 13:8. because he brews. He's staying the same, honey. He's simmering. Our faces then are not covered. We all show the Lord's glory, and we are being changed to be like him. Remember that God piece. This change in us brings ever greater glory, which comes from the Lord, who is the Spirit. So the spirit of you, the energy of you, the vibration. God is a vibe. Faith is his vibration. Freedom after insight to higher self. So that is a spirit. Unchanging Lord, how intriguing that you created a world where nothing stays the same. Only you are perfect, so everything else must change. The color of the sky changes minute to minute, and even the hardest of rocks wear down with time. Perhaps most striking of all, I am never the same person upon rising as I was the day before. Did we just say that? Let all my growth and change be toward becoming more like you. And help me not to be rattled by things that change around me, knowing that you remain the same. How do you handle change? And I think that is a great way to leave us. How do you handle change? And do you respect change?
Right, because
a lot of people
start
walk
over daily, every day.
Yep. And to be a little literal before we leave, change. Think about change. Most times, a coin, penny, dimes, nickels, people step over that, right? Because it's not a dollar. A dollar, you'll break your neck to get and be like, oh, this ain't even real, right? But change, you'll overlook change. But I want you to always remember that when you add up all the change and pick up all the change, they become whole. Those pieces of change become a whole dollar. 4 quarters become a whole dollar. 100 pennies become a whole dollar. And so when you start to respect every little piece and pick it up and call it as your own, and don't overlook or overstep that success, because success is being able to see the details, because that is how we change. Every little piece matters. Every penny matters in your life. And so that 1 cent is going to change you into, if you're 5 cents right now, you pick up a penny, you already 6 cents. You different.
You better than you was
yesterday. You more. So change always adds up to more. So let's not forget that, right? So whether it's a penny, a dime, a quarter, $50, $1 million is always more than what you had before. So remember, change is the difference, but it doesn't take the difference, right? We ain't subtracting, we adding.
Change is necessary. Things cannot remain the same. Change is necessary.
Oh, please send me a picture of this reading. This gave me chills. The first verse about change, you spoke that right through me. I will definitely. God is a vibe and faith is his vibration. Send me a picture of that poem when you're done. Pretty please. I got you, boo. Yep, I got you. I sure will. And so without further ado, this has been a very successful Coffee and Conversations that we do not take lightly, that we appreciate you showing up.
Share, because maybe somebody else needs it, of course. You know. That's what we are, vessels of conversation and change and impact. So definitely, we love you too, boo. Definitely.
That part. I love you, Nakia Grisson and Precious Paul. And thank you. Say your name. We love you too, Melissa Price. We love each and every one of you guys. Yes. Tammy, Melissa. Who else is on here? Author Lynette. Ron. Chef Ron. Come on now.
My boo.
Who?
Tammy.
My Faye.
Nicole. Yes.
All of you guys. We love you. We love you.
Joined in the conversation.
And for those of you that we don't see that's going to be on a replay, we love you too. Absolutely. So just put your name in the box. And remember.
Thanks for your comments. Thanks for your engaging conversations, because that's what we're doing it for, and that's what we're here for, to just like have a conversation. Take time out to let's talk about it, right? You know, whatever the topic shall be, wherever it should lead us, right? In conversation. And that's what it's all about. Yes. Renewing your mind daily. Get the thoughts out. Flip those switches.
That's it.
Come on now.
You know, we about to end it right here. At the end of the day, remember, it is a relay race and somebody is relying on you to turn your heartbeat into a soul beat. So in order for you to leave your soul print, because the fingerprint tells us what you got wrong in this world, but the soul print, it tells us what you got right. And what God got right is you. So always remember that you can never turn on anybody else's light, but you can provide enough light for them to find their switch. So stay lit in this world so somebody can find their way out of the darkness. It is your responsibility. If you need any subscriptions or prescriptions to get you in alignment for your assignment, if you are a healer and you need a refill, the refill station is available on the app above, right? The healing app. And so anything you need, I promise you, you shall find. And seek and ye shall find. So do your part and something will always be waiting. I did my part and now it's time for you to do yours. Kia did her part and now it's time for you to show up. And so we appreciate you. We love you. Always remember, it is your responsibility. The ability of measurement in which you respond. We love you. And we out of here.
Love you guys.
Don't forget to tune in at 7 for Kia's live interview today. Don't miss it.
Don't
Ping
miss
her.
it.
Put your alarm on 7 p.m.
Yeah.
Oh, it's IG?
Oh, it's IG. It's actually on IG. It's actually on IG.
And what's your IG? Is it Nakia Grissom?
It's actually on my stylist. I'm on her page. She's interviewing me. So it's Imagery Babe Salon.
Okay.
It's on my page, so it's in my stories too.
Okay, perfect.
So yeah.
Just go to Nakia Grissom, get all your details.
And
let's support her. Let's show out. Let's get in those comments while she's on there later and let them know that we support our boo, right? Because that's what life is all about. Let them know you got a squad. Squad out. Coffee and Conversation squad. We love you guys. See you tomorrow at 8:30. Take care of your souls.
Stay lit.
Oh, you want to interview us too soon? We would love that.
Okay.
We here
set
for
it up.
it.
Let's set
we
it up.
here for it. Love goes everything. So love yourself first. Peace out, y'all.